No, there isn't. That'd be dated at the signature time.
There isn't a date.
Yeah. So we have the motion.
I'll second it.
Mike's got the second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Any discussion?
Yes. A couple of items that...
Use the microphone, please. Dennis.
A couple of items, I'm not sure if they are required for this, but I want to make sure that we are covered for this. I want to make sure that this lot that Mr. Dallenbach would like to build on is for a single-family home, cannot be changed to anything else. As I understand it, it has been somewhat approved for non-commercial use. We want to make sure this is a single-family home. Not intended for any public use, no rentals beyond the function allowed anybody else within the community to allow rentals, meaning no special use for this in a commercial mode hidden behind the family house. I understand the format for the ballot will be approved by us already, so that I understand that question has been answered. And that it will be a true majority, just like we had for the change in the PUD. 50+% of the community must approve this declaration. And that is the way it is drawn in. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. That covers it.
If
Paul, I have a question. Go ahead, Jack. Oh.
yeah, let me finish with Dennis here first. Yeah, just to be clear, this lot is labeled residential. Single family residential, yes. When this lot was initially looked at by the county, it was assigned the sub-association Glen Eagles. And so when the county saw Glen Eagles, they recognized that it, by default, is then part of the master association. The unplatted status was based on the fact that it was in agreement with Glen Eagles sub-association declarations, which does not include commercial or multi-unit families or any of that. It's all single family. Subsequent to that designation was withdrawn as a result of an improper vote out of Glen Eagles, and thus the move towards inclusion and annexation into the master association. It is infinitely easier to attach yourself to a sub-association. We have some interesting history in Spruce Creek where certain homes in Spruce Creek are identified at the county level by a particular sub-association, and if you call that developer, you'll find out that no, he had nothing to do with that house. That you can find all over Spruce Creek. It doesn't make it right, but it does say that there's a certain measure of expectation for what you're going to be building. And that's what the county worked with. As we got involved in it, things evolved into a different direction. And, but I can assure you that it was at unplatted status by virtue of its compliance with the declarations from Glen Eagles.
Just want to be sure that is carried through forward since it's not Glen Eagles anymore.
That's correct. It will fall under the master association, and it will have the same kind of requirements that any other house in Spruce Creek has under the master association.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Any comments?
Oh, I have just a few. This is Jack. Since we're being asked to approve this so they can get a permit or apply for a permit to construct, then we would have the ability to pay tax.
That's not what that's not what's happening. It's what we're approving is the ability of our community, our property owners, to vote whether we allow this lot to enter Spruce Creek formally.
It is not a permit. It is the ability to go to the vote of the residents to move from unplatted to platted status.
And ultimately, to take the permit, to build the construction liability, take all the time. We could condition our vote of yes on reasonable things such as is this gonna be for the Diamondback's personal residence, or is this for speculation? Are they gonna build on this and sell it to somebody else? Do we know that? Is big enough to subdivide, or is this gonna be one lot? Subject to reasonable expectations of what's gonna happen on that lot, and not just, yes, we're gonna approve it, and we don't know what they're doing there.
We will eventually know what will happen there when they apply for a permit, because a permit will not be pulled until the build packet is complete and the approval is given by our ARC. Jack, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're doing here, Jack.
Establishing those conditions now, rather than wait for the unexpected. Are the Diamondbacks going to build this and just flip it? Would that affect any of the board members' intentions to vote yes or no? I don't know. Is the lot big enough to subdivide? Joanna, do we know that? How big this lot is?
The lot is 8,000.
Is it big enough where they could subdivide the lot?
No, it's not, Jack.
Okay, well, I don't know, because we don't have any data. They have to vote.
Jack,
And then all of that, I think if this is going to pass, and we're going to instill on the community the balloting situation, who's going to control the ballot? Hopefully the POA. We will control the ballot counting, how the ballots are sent out, and how much time they have to respond, right? We can certainly condition our vote on that, so we stay in control of the balloting, so there's not an unlimited, what is it, 30 days or 45 or 60 days versus a year for them to get approval for the residents. Is that something we should be talking about, Paul?
The balloting question is being settled by Brooks Casey. Matter of fact, it's already been settled. We're giving it the same 30 days that we took for the PUD amendment. That 30 days was... No, Jack, we're not going to incorporate that into the motion. The reason why we're not...
It seems to me we should protect the board and the residents by saying that the balloting will be similar to what the PUD was, and will be a 30-day ballot situation. It's certainly reasonable to do that. So the board wants to revoke this issue of how the balloting is
Jack, let me cut you for a second and deal with one of your points there. You are now the attorney for a person buying a lot in Spruce Creek. Spruce Creek is telling you, you may not build on that property a house, and you may not sell it within 5 years. You going to allow that to happen? No, you are not.
I wouldn't like to happen. That's an issue you have.
Now, there's an issue you brought up about flipping. It's just not going to happen. Nor is it going to happen in this case.
Dennis, you're missing my point. If we're going to vote to send this to the residents to vote on, we should send it to the residents with instructions that the voting ballots will be handled by the PO. Are we going to let Dallenbach handle the voting ballot?
The POA is obligated and responsible for the balloting. It is a ballot that is going to be drawn up by Brooks Casey, and it is one that will be mailed out by the POA. Brooks has made it very clear to us that we are responsible for this ballot and the cost in mailing that ballot. The return ballots will come directly to the POA, just like the other ballot initiative did, and it will be counted in the same fashion. It'll be counted with the same authority that we had with the other ballot issue. The 30 days is what we negotiated with Glenn Storch's office in the county regarding the PUD change. They accepted that. Moving forward, we're adopting that for these purposes because we think it's fair, quite frankly. I do not want to attach peripheral conditions on this resolution, nor on any other resolution that comes to us. Those matters are addressed at the front end on a properly petitioned lot, not at this hour.
Well, now that you've got the board note on the conditions are, we need not be concerned about the conditions.
Microphone, right here.
Would you repeat that, Jack?
But now that you explained to the board what those conditions are, that's totally satisfactory, as long as we understand that representation made on the record, that's great. Just didn't have any knowledge of that before, I would not have raised the issue.
Very good. Okay, any further discussion? We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor? Any opposed?
No, I'm in favor.
Very good. Yep. Motion carries. Thank you. That having completed the agenda, I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you all for your patience.
Thank you, Jack.
And that was, what, 15 minutes?